Men were made to worship and serve women. Let us hear out this narcissist as she exposed why men are.
Get to the chopper! I'm really grateful for this time being celibate because it truly helped me see my role as a girlfriend differently, so that the next man that I date is truly going to be my husband, one that truly loves me and provides for me as a masculine, instead of me being the woman and serving him. Growing up with a misogynistic father, I realized truly that I put myself second in the relationship. As a woman, I thought that I was second, that I was last, when in reality, men are indebted to women. And I know this is going to trigger a lot of insecure men, but seeing it this way really changed my perspective. Why? Because women for lifetimes have been the oracles of men. We've been the oracles, we've been the intuition, we've been the power, we've been the energy behind the success of men. It's thanks to our intuition, it's thanks to our healing capabilities, it's thanks to our portal between our legs, it's thanks to our body that they are able to come here on earth. Without women, men would not exist. Let me repeat. Without women, men would not exist. Life would not exist. And this tickled something in my brain where I realized, why am I the one serving man, and why am I the one in a relationship acting as if I am the one that needs to serve man? As if him giving me the bare minimum, I should be grateful for it. When in reality, that man better worship the ground that I walk on. When in reality, that man better do absolutely everything that he can to make me happy. He should be the one paying for things. He should be the one bringing me somewhere that is going to bring me peace and happiness. He should be the one making sure that his being next to me brings me happiness. The second that he sees that I'm unhappy or that I get insecure or that's something, he needs to rectify that. And this is not in a codependent way where it's like, oh, I can't be happy like unless I have a man. No, that it's the opposite actually, especially with the celibacy. I decentered men to such a point where I am happy by myself. And the whole, you know, the phrase in the sentence that goes in, it's like, oh, you the relationship, like you need to complement one another. This is where it clicked, and it's like, it's truly that, but it's the man that needs to complement the woman. The woman is a goddess. We are goddesses. We are truly fucking goddesses. Men need to worship the ground that we are on. And the thing is that this is going to trigger insecure men. Why? Because they think that automatically we say that we're not going to do anything. But this is because they don't see the power of women. A real man, a real secure man, a man that is truly masculine, a real masculine man knows and sees the power of a woman. He doesn't see just the body. He doesn't see, and he would never dare to ask, what do you bring to the table? What are you bringing me? How are you making me comfortable? Oh. A man saying, how are you making me comfortable? And this is where I fucked up with John, because I would always try to make him comfortable. He would always tell me, playing the victim, that he was unhappy and I was catering to his needs, but he would never cater to my needs. God forbid I asked him to do something, one small thing, and he would go into a whole tantrum, a baby, like literally a baby. When in reality, it needs to be the opposite. In reality, it's the woman that needs to be the goddess, and the man sees the oracle that she is, sees the energy that she holds. As women, we've been around our own energy for so long that we forgot how powerful it is. We've been with our energy our entire life, so we forget the effect that our energy has on men. We forget, and especially in the patriarchal energy, and especially when you're around misogynistic men, we believe that we are there to serve men, when in reality it's the complete opposite. I swear, when you start seeing yourself as a goddess, when you start seeing yourself as the powerhouse, you look at men as them serving you. And to continue on my thought process, it's not in a way of demeaning them, but this is what the role of the masculine is. And as women, we already hold empathy, compassion, and grace. Men don't have that. They're not born with that. They have to learn that. We have to learn boundaries. We have to learn how to build our ego. That is what we have to learn as feminine. A man that is looking for a woman that serves him is looking for a man. That man is gay. Shout out John. Because he is looking for a masculine energy in his presence. He's not looking for a woman. He's not looking for a feminine energy. He's looking for a masculine energy. The feminine energy, again, we already hold empathy, compassion, grace, and emotional maturity. We already hold it within us. We are learning boundaries and ego. That's what we're learning through this process. So already us saying that men need to worship the ground that we walk on, and that they need to be serving us, already has empathy, compassion, and grace. We're not doing it from a standpoint of dictatorship, or from I don't know if I'm using the right word, or from an authoritarian perspective, or from the fact that we see men lower than us. Absolutely not. It's just the truth. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just the truth. Men are indebted to us because we already put them in this world. And us loving them and us letting them worship us means that they are staying next to our energy. So already we are giving them a gift. Them being at the same frequency as us and being around us, sleeping with us, touching the energy of our portal, we're already giving them a gift. We're giving them the gift of our oracle intuitive energy within. That is the gift. So there's absolutely nothing else that we need to do. And this is why truly, like, I'm getting more and more, I'm not opening a fucking door. I'm not paying for shit. I'm not buying gifts. I'm not paying for your stuff. I'm not doing, I've never gone 50-50, but I'm never doing 50-50 in nothing. I am not staying there arguing with you about basic human emotions. Like, my whole perspective through the celibacy changed completely. And especially looking at the relationship with John and the whole narrative falling, it all crumbled. And it baffles me because he literally has two sisters. He has two sisters, and but he's the prince of the family, of course. His mother is the type of mother that chooses his son over her husband. And that's besides the point. But yeah, girls, women, literally, we are goddesses. We need to start realizing that and no longer seeing it as something that is egotistical. And even if we do see it as egotistical, we already were born without the ego.
What?
Because we are women, we are intuitive beings from the get-go. We needed to learn ego, we needed to gain ego, we needed to build our ego. The goal is for us to get to the point where we are goddesses, and yeah, if you're asking me out on a date, you're sending me a car, or you're sending me an Uber, you're sending me something. You're opening the fucking door everywhere that I go. If you see me crying, you rectify the situation. If I'm crying because of you, you rectify the situation immediately. If you see that I'm stressed, you rectify the situation immediately, especially if it's because of you. You're the one buying me gifts. You're the one paying for shit. You're the one making sure that my environment is safe for me to be able to exist in my intuitive goddess energy. You're the one being romantic. You're the one cleaning the house and cooking for me. Misogynistic men think that the woman needs to cook and everything. We're going to do it out of love, naturally. But in order for us to be in our natural state of love, the man needs to provide something. And I swear to God, the next man that I'm dating is going to be my husband. He's going to be my husband, and it's going to be the standard list is going to be there. It's going to be there. If you're not able to do that, I'm getting up and I'm leaving from the date. And even there, I might not even go on the date. I'm not going to waste my time. I don't have time to waste. My energy is too precious. And the old me would have looked at who I am today and be like, oh my gosh, she's a bitch. And hell yeah, I'm a fucking bitch. Because I've done the other side. And this is where, for me, I show myself a lot of grace through this process, because I've done the other side. I've tried the other way. I've tried to be in my masculine energy. I've tried of being the provider. I've tried to be like the sensitive one that like takes care of the other man. I've tried all of this. Didn't work. Didn't make me happy. The opposite, actually, made me depressed, suicidal. So we're not doing that. I'd rather be seen as a bitch by an insecure little man and being seen as a goddess by a real man than staying where I was. Because like I said, a man that is looking for a woman that pays 50-50, a man that is looking for a woman that takes care of him instead of him taking care of her, is a man that is looking for another man. And I'm too feminine for that. No, thank you.
Yeah.
There's so much we could break down in that 8 minute and 15-second clip. But men, all you gotta do is listen, hear them out, and get to the chopper. Because anybody who would gravitate to this kind of content, anybody who would agree with her and say, yeah, she's being reasonable, you don't need them in your life. She did John the biggest favor by cutting him off. John, I hope you see this video. I know how lucky you are. I hope you're over there somewhere living your best life. Okay, wherever you choose. I hope you're over there living your best life. Because what? Notice how if you don't agree with her, you are a weak man, and only a real man will provide, protect, cook, wash, clean.
Got him!
You cannot make this up. But I love it. I love when they use their platform to expose just how narcissistic they are. And as I said, anybody who will hear her out and actually support what she's saying and agree with what she's saying is somebody you do not need in your life. I will stand by it. Fair exchange is no robbery. You want something from somebody, you better be willing to give something. Anybody who is expecting to just take is 100% a demon. And for her to be acting like this to somebody she's claiming is going to be her husband, God bless her soul. I can only imagine the trauma and the pain she went through to be this narcissistic. This is why I encourage men to get to the chopper. because the juice is not worth the squeeze. As I said, there's so much we could have break down and we could have dive into, and there's so much opportunities for me to pause her video and do a counteract. But why even bother? Why even bother waste our time debating, arguing, even having a conversation with somebody with this mindset? Sometimes it's easier to just say, oh, okay. You protect your peace by just saying, oh, okay. I know that a person like this, they're only good for TikTok. Enjoy TikTok. Enjoy your social media. Enjoy your ranting on TikTok. And you're gonna get supporters, because there are a lot of hurtful people who need to go sit on a therapist couch. There are a lot of those people out there. So you just put them to the side and say, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. And go about your business. Get to the chopper! But y'all, my heart goes out to men on the dating market, because I'm not saying there aren't trash men out there. Trust me, there are some trash men out there. But the difference between trash men and trash women, the trash woman will be the biggest trash ever, but then thinking that I am the table, thinking that men need to praise and worship. There's so much we can dissect. She's talking about how men should worship women because men wouldn't exist without women, as if you do not need the sperm.
Come on, man. You don't know better than that as a cool person. Come on, man.
But that is a different story. As I said, we do not waste our time with these narcissists, because they'll gaslight you and call you weak and call you insecure and say you're sassy if you bring a logical point to them. As for the female, they'll call us pick me, male identified, mommy, all sorts of things if we bring a logical point to the conversation. So why even bother waste your time? There are so many other things you can go do. There are so many other things in this world that you can go do instead of arguing with a narcissist. Save yourself, protect your peace, get to the chopper. It is your girl Chantel. Y'all go check out this other video. Again, more women on TikTok talking about, oh, men are supposed to worship us, because stop it.
Get some help.
I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care.